Hello, I'm just going to do a little tutorial on a solo from the Paradise and Lunch album by Ry Cooder. The song is called A Married Man's a Fool. It's a great solo, played in open E, with a combination of slide and fingers. Let me just play it first with the original. Beg your pardon, just find that a minute.
Had a friend who would work, she's two-time, one time, you got to find
Okay,
it again.
so here comes the chorus, and then the solo comes on afterwards. Here's the left hand. Okay, so that's the whole solo. There's one at the end as well, which is also great. It's a fantastic solo. The kind of combination of the different rhythms he uses, the combination of slide notes and conventionally fretted notes. It never does exactly what you expect it to do, and within sort of the confines of the sort of few kind of slide riffs that he tends to play a lot, he makes it incredibly interesting and musical. In terms of the technique of that, I'm assuming you've got some basic slide technique. It's not a beginner solo really, but just to sort of recap, finger behind the note you're actually playing with the slide. So if you're playing a top string note here, you'll need these two fingers just sitting gently on the strings here, just to deaden it. So this one finger, I beg your pardon, what I do tend to do is I deaden the two strings even though I'm only playing one. It just helps sometimes to stop the odd ringing note that you don't want as well. But that's entirely up to you. Sometimes people just play a single finger behind the slide. And then on the right hand, what you need to do is when you move strings, so if I'm playing, bear in mind I've got a plectrum here. I know Ry Cooder is actually purely a finger player, but Lowell George used a plectrum, so I'm in good company. If you plectrum the top note, and you want to go to the bottom note, go to the string below, in order to stop it sounding like this, with that note there coming out as well, you need to deaden that top string as you move off it. So when the plectrum goes from the top string to the next string down, your finger needs to deaden it. I'm sorry it's at the bottom of the video there, so if I can get it a bit higher. So it's difficult to see, but as the plectrum goes from that string to that string, the top string is muted with that finger there. Everyone plays slides slightly differently, so whatever works for you, but that's how I do it. That I think is the most difficult part of playing slide guitar really, is getting that muting, particularly that right hand muting. Left hand muting is fairly straightforward, just deadening the notes behind. And then the other thing which does catch people out sometimes is the vibrato. When you're playing slide vibrato, the important thing is that the sliding finger should be completely relaxed and free. If there's any tension at all, it should be in the thumb. If you can feel your arm wobbling as you try and do a vibrato, you've got it wrong. You need to be able to keep that slide vibrato going forever. So okay, so that vibrato is very important because really vibrato is the one thing which makes slide sound different from conventionally played notes. Okay, so that's the three elements I think which are hard about slide. Left hand muting behind the slide, right hand muting as you change strings, and the vibrato technique. If you can master those three things, then you're ready for this solo. So let's just play the solo again. I'm going to play it slower than the record, and hopefully you'll be able to pick a few things up. I'm not going to go into it in any great detail there. Okay, I think the first phrase there combination of slide on that note and then fingers of net on that fret. The one difficult thing about that phrase is that jump, and then it's that moving from string to string. So you're going from the top string to the second string, and you don't want to hear this. Okay, so you've got to make sure you mute that top string as you move down to that second string. And then the rest of it, pretty much, there's nothing new there until you get to the end, and then it goes.